The long-term benefit of eating tuna fish. A heartwarming story. Many years ago, in the quiet coastal town of Windermere, lived a retired sailor named Jacob. After spending decades sailing the vast oceans, Jacob had returned to the simple life of fishing along the docks and preparing his meals with the freshest catch of the day. Among all the seafood he'd ever encountered, from shrimp to salmon, his favorite was always tuna. Each morning, Jacob would take his small boat into the bay, casting his line with a familiar rhythm. He didn't fish for sport or profit anymore. He fished for health and for memories. His wife, Elena, had passed away 5 years prior, and one of their traditions was preparing tuna steaks together every Sunday. It had been her idea to switch to a diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids after Jacob was diagnosed with high blood pressure and early signs of heart disease. Back then, it seemed like a small change. They would sear the tuna lightly with olive oil, sprinkle it with herbs, and serve it with steamed greens. At first, Jacob had been skeptical. How could fish change anything about his health? But over the next few months, something remarkable happened. His doctor noticed improvements: steadier blood pressure, lower triglycerides, and increased HDL cholesterol, the good kind. Most astonishingly, Jacob's energy returned. He no longer woke up fatigued, and he began to feel like the sailor of his youth again. Over time, Jacob became an advocate in his community. He gave talks at the local community center, sharing not only his story, but the science behind tuna's benefits, rich in omega-3s, lean protein, selenium, and vitamin D. He spoke about how it reduced inflammation, protected brain health, and supported heart function. The town started hosting tuna days where people cooked together, shared recipes, and discussed wellness. Now at the age of 83, Jacob still climbs into his boat each week, healthy and sharp. When asked about the secret to his longevity, he always smiles and points to his plate. A little tuna, a lot of love, and the sea air, that's my medicine. And so, in Windermere, tuna fish became more than a meal. It became a symbol of healing, connection, and the quiet power of daily choices. Sure. Here's a short and fun story titled Tuna's Big Lunch. Tuna's Big Lunch. Deep in the blue waters of the Pacific Ocean, a sleek and speedy tuna named Tilly swam through the waves. Tilly wasn't just any tuna. She had the best sense of smell in her school and a hunger that never quit. One sunny morning, Tilly woke up with a rumble in her belly. "Time to find something delicious," she said, flicking her tail and darting off. She swam past schools of shiny sardines, danced with curious jellyfish, and even waved at a sleepy octopus. But nothing seemed quite right for breakfast. Then, sniff, sniff, her nose picked up something tasty, a cloud of krill. Tiny, wriggling, and packed with flavor. With a burst of speed, Tilly zipped through the swarm, snapping up mouthfuls. "Yum! Salty and crunchy!" she said, blowing bubbles of joy. But the feast wasn't over. A little deeper, she found a patch of squid gliding slowly. With a graceful loop, she caught one. Now that's chewy goodness. Satisfied and full, Tilly floated gently in the current, belly round and happy. "That was the best lunch ever," she said with a grin. "Until tomorrow. Would you like it to be longer illustrated or turned into a children's book style?" The ocean, capable of reaching speeds up to 75 kilometers per hour, 47 miles per hour. Warm-blooded. Unlike most fish, some tuna species, like the bluefin, can regulate their body temperature, allowing them to survive in a range of ocean environments. Migratory powerhouses, tuna migrate thousands of kilometers across oceans each year for feeding and spawning. Large size, Atlantic bluefin tuna can grow up to 3 meters, 10 feet long, and weigh over 680 kilograms, 1,500 pounds. Popular seafood. Tuna is one of the most consumed fish worldwide, especially in canned form and sushi. Endangered species. Due to overfishing, some species like the Atlantic bluefin tuna are considered endangered. Schooling behavior. Tuna often swim in large schools, sometimes mixed with other species like dolphins. Keen vision. Tuna have excellent eyesight, helping them detect prey in open water. High oxygen needs. Tuna must keep swimming to pass water over their gills, which helps them get enough oxygen. Long lifespan. Some tuna species can live for over 15 years in the wild. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a poster or infographic.